right, well here we are, about ready to get started here on, I don't know what road this is, State Road 2 I think, Mount Greylock behind me. We'll be headed off in this direction to the north. It's raining right now, but it is about as light as it's been raining all morning, so I figured I'd take the opportunity to go ahead and get started. The first, well, it'll take me about 3.5, 4 miles to get to the actual beginning of the long trail. I'll be here on the AT for that long, and then for the, of course, the AT and the LT will run together for 100 miles. The first shelter today, Seth Warner maybe, will be about 6 miles in, depending on the rain. I'm planning to go 14 to, I forget the name of that second shelter, Cognan Shelter or something like that, but if I can make it there without walking in a torrential downpour, then I'll probably will do that. If it gets to be pretty bad enough, then I will I'll stop at that first shelter, but we'll just kind of play it by ear. Not ideal conditions to get started today, but man, a rainy day on the trail beats beautiful weather at work. So here we go. I'm gonna put the phone away. I'm not sure how much I'll film today because of the rain, but we're gonna get started. Check in later. All right, just want to show you what we're looking at now, just a couple miles in, but try to keep my shoes out of the mud, and as expected that lasted for about 3 minutes. But this is the trail right now. You can see it's just a sloppy mess. Shoes are toasted already. So, but man, it's beautiful. It's about 50 degrees. Just came across through hiker, goes by the name of Norm. He spent the night up on Greylock last night and said it was absolutely crazy up there, wind and rain. But hiking along a creek here. It's a beautiful water source. Just past campsite here. Obviously not staying there tonight, but hoping to get up to second shelter. We'll see how it goes. I mean, there's no rain right now, so if it stays like this, we'll be pretty good. But anyway, check back in. All right, well, I'm about 1.5 miles from the Vermont-Massachusetts border. Just wanted to give you a little look at what the trail's looking like. Man, I'll tell you, it's probably gonna rain again before too long, but we have got a little opening right now that is making this trail just beautiful. Well, if you don't mind sloshing through some mud, but as far as the temperature and the tree cover, it's just beautiful. Again, pretty alone on the trail today. I'm not sure if some of these thru hikers have taken shelter. Mentioned a guy I ran into a little while ago, Norm. He said there were about 5 others up on Greylock last night. I haven't seen any. They may have gotten out a little bit earlier. I got about a 9:30, 9:40 start as I waited for a break in the weather. But so yeah, this is what it's looking like. Been going up most of the time. I guess it's about a 2,500 to 3,000 foot climb out of Williamstown to the border. So anyway, we're going to keep climbing. Probably check back in once we get to the border and the official beginning of the long trail. Okay, we've been gaining some pretty good elevation out of Williamstown. Gosh, I don't know, 1,500 feet maybe already, maybe more. But now we're starting to get in some serious elevation gain, I guess. Here I'm looking straight ahead right here, so this is kind of eye level. That's where the trail is going, straight up. So I'm gonna can't really, the trail's super wet, so it's kind of slippery. I'm not gonna film going up, plus you'd have to listen to me coming close to asphyxia as I'm breathing heavy going up. But anyway, I just wanted to show that to you. About half a mile up, there's supposed to be a pretty good overlook. So hopefully we get a view, and this climbing will pay off here pretty soon. See you soon. Okay, so this is the trail. A while back, just a couple tenths of a mile back, I saw there was a blue spur trail, bad weather trail, and I was wondering what that was all about. Now I got to figure it out. It's starting to rain a little bit now too, so we'll see how this goes. We try to push. It can't be too far, I guess, from the top, but here we go. All right, well, we made it to the Vermont-Massachusetts border here. This is the sign that you've seen if you've watched any videos on the long trail. This is the official start of the long trail, but it has been pouring for about 2.5 miles now. Didn't have the rain gear on because you sweat inside of the rain gear, and you might as well get wet with rainwater, clean water. But stopped to get a snack here, and got a little chilly, so hadn't been able to record a whole lot. You'll see a couple of sections in the first 2 miles, but it's about 4 miles to get here. But like I said, the last 2 miles it's just been pouring. I don't want to risk taking the phone out. In fact, it's raining right now, so I'm not going to keep it out very long. But run into some nice folks, a couple ladies going southbound doing a section hike, and then ran into a guy, as I mentioned earlier, Norm, who's through hiking northbound, and he's up ahead of me now. I'm going to stop at Seth Warner Shelter here in like 3 miles, 2.7 miles. See what it looks like. I may stay there and try to dry up a little bit. I was hoping to make it to Congdon, but that's about 10 miles from right here, and I'm not sure I want to push that in this weather. So we'll see how it goes. I'll reassess once I get to Seth Warner. All right, well, we'll check in again here soon. So I'm not sure if I've articulated it clearly enough about just how the state of the trail is here. And as we're moving forward, but this may look like a water source. It in fact is the trail, and you may hear me sloshing through it. There's really no way around it. You're just walking in ankle deep water and mud. Hoping not to bite the dust. I hesitate to say I haven't fallen yet in fear of jinxing myself, but we'll see. Yeah, there we go. That's about almost shin deep. But this is a clearly running stream right down the center of the trail. Rain has stopped for a few minutes. I kept my rain jacket on just because when I stopped for a snack back there at the Vermont-Massachusetts border, got really cold because obviously my hiking shirt is drenched because I was not wearing my rain jacket earlier. But I wanted to just give you a picture of what the trail is looking like right now. About 2 miles to Seth Warner Shelter, a little less than 2 miles. And from what I understand, I've heard that there's some people zeroing there today, and that there's a trail work crew stationed there. We'll see if there's room to get into that shelter, though. I'm going to get in and try to warm up, dry off, maybe call it a day. It's another, it'll be about 7 miles past there to get to Congdon Shelter, which was the goal for today. But obviously staying flexible because of the weather. Not sure if we've seen all the rain we're going to see for today. Just stopped raining like minutes ago, so we'll see how that goes. But if I do stay there, no big deal. I am going to eat up some of this food, because I'm hungry, but more importantly to lighten the doggone load in this pack. So anyway, I'll check with you when I get to the shelter. All right, so we're getting started on day 2. Didn't do a lot of filming when I got to the shelter last night because it was packed and it was wet, it was cold, and it rained all night. So I didn't really want to intrude on anyone's privacy or what they were doing. And it just raining too hard to get away from the shelter. So starting day 2 today. Went to the Seth Warner shelter. It's about a 7-mile hike yesterday. I think I'm going to do a short day today up to Cogden shelter, which is the next shelter up. It's about 7 miles. Give me a chance, hopefully, if it stays dry, which it's supposed to today, to dry some gear out and just kind of ease into this hike a little bit. I say it's supposed to be drier today. That'll be probably from the ankles up, because the trail, even coming out of the shelter right now, I'm just on the little spur trail. It's a soupy mess. See if I can give you a little look. That's the trail. So shoes, socks gonna stay wet today, but if we can get to Cogden, dry some stuff out, it'll be good. Got a pretty good climb out of the shelter this morning. I want to say about 1,000 feet. So when we get up to the top, especially if we have any views, I'll do a little, I'll do a shot from up there. But until then, see it. So this is what the trail's looking like right now. It's kind of funny. Got these little boardwalks since I've been walking in ankle deep mud here pretty much non-stop since leaving the shelter. But it's I'll tell you, I don't want to come off as complaining, because it is absolutely beautiful out here. And we're supposed to have a little bit drier weather coming up, maybe some rain here in the next, I think it's not supposed to be any rain, but maybe another day this week with rain, and then then it should be supposed to warm up next week as well. I'm not sure what the temperature is this morning, but it's got to be low 50s. Yesterday was kind of tough, hiking all day in a constant downpour at about 48 degrees. So anyway, we try to get through this. These boards are super slippery right now. That's why I'm kind of walking a little slower on these boardwalks than I have been through the mud. Back at Seth Warner shelter, there was a work crew from the Green Mountain Club building a new privy. So if you come through in the next week or so, you should have an updated privy. And it was a small shelter, slept 6, but it was comfortable, nice. Saw a mouse last night outside the shelter, but didn't notice any in the shelter. When we're sleeping, there's a bear box, so you don't have to worry necessarily about hanging food or anything getting at your food bags. But this is typically what it's been kind of like. I don't know how much of this you can see, but this is at least above the ankle, and that's how it's kind of looked so far for most of the trail since leaving Williamstown. But here we go. I'm going to move on. Again, I just wanted to show you a little bit of the trail, but I'll try to get back with you here a little bit at a little bit higher elevation. Check in again soon. All right, well, that was a pretty good climb out of Seth Warner shelter this morning, but just summited. Not sure what this mountain is, but it's not listed on Guthooks, and I don't feel like pulling my buck out. Got about a 4/10 of a mile up ahead. There should be supposed to be a view down the power lines or something like that. So looking forward to that. Be pretty much the first view so far. But man, I gotta tell you, it feels so nice to feel that sun. Oh my God, look at that. It's a bit of a view.
Fine, all of a sudden. It's pretty neat. I just noticed him because I was like, what's that? I thought he was a piece of trash. I know, you could step on him so easily.
I know, so I'm glad he wasn't in the middle.
He was like right here.
I would have stomped him.
He was actually pretty lucky that you didn't stomp him because he was kind of in the middle of the trail.
Very cool. Alright, so this is pretty much the trail now. Yeah, I know, right? So yeah, this looks like we're walking down a stream, but this is the trail.
It's kind of scary because you don't know how far it's just going to sink. So you're trying to gauge.
Give you an idea of what we're walking through. Welcome to Vermont. All right, so let's look at depth. That's been 2 days of that.
I chose this one.
Yeah. All right, so this is my first beaver pond. Pretty beautiful, but right now, man, every time you stop, the gnats and stuff just swarm you, so we're gonna keep moving. All right, so this is the result of the beaver dam here. At the cross right there. Hopefully it'll clean off my shoes a little bit. Pretty awesome. All right, so we're heading downhill now. Pretty much downhill all the way to Congdon Shelter, but man, it made us pay a little bit today, especially since I'm second day on the trail. I don't have any legs yet, but we went kind of mostly up for the first half of the day. But I got to tell you, two things you hear about before you come to Vermont: mud, I've already shown you that, and black flies, and I just got my first introduction to them, and they are no joke. Let me tell you, they bite. So hopefully we get to camp tonight. I'm hoping for a dry spot, relatively dry spot to tent tonight. That's what I'm shooting for, so we'll see how that goes. Depending on how crowded it is over there, I may check in when we get there. See you soon. All right, so I've seen this thing 1,000 times in other people's videos, but it's still pretty impressive here to see the boardwalk, and the water's just about above the level of our feet here. It's pretty awesome. Beaver pond. Look at that. Man, towards the end of the day, what a payoff for the work today. So this is what the trail's giving us last half mile for today, man. Not a bad way to finish up. How beautiful. If this thing is anywhere near campsite, I'll be taking a dip here in a few minutes. All right, we'll check back in here shortly. All right, guys, so I'm just getting up on the morning of day 3. Got not a perfect spot last night. It's a little bit, I was sleeping on a little bit of a slope. But man, a perfect location. As you can see, I'm right here on the edge, looking down over about a 75-foot drop to that creek. So that's the sounds I listen to all night. Pretty perfect. Didn't take any video when we got in last night. There were a ton of people at this shelter. Shelter was full, probably 10 people camping. It looks like a few of them are already out of here this morning. The plan today is to hike about 4 miles. Trail goes near Bennington, Vermont, so we're going to pop into town. I got to get a couple of things that I've forgotten, and just kind of learning along the way. But and then we'll get back on the trail. I'll head a couple more miles up. So put in about a half to 3/4 of a day, or at least what my days have been so far. Hadn't been able to upload anything. Service has not been good enough on the trail to do that. So when I'm in Bennington today, I'm going to try to upload this first video. I'll tag this this short clip onto the end of the day 1, day 2 video. So hopefully you'll be seeing this here pretty shortly. But that's about it for these first two days. Just trying to get the legs back. I plan to put in 10 to 14. I've been putting in 7 to 8, which I'm totally fine with. I'm in no real rush. I want to try to get this done the right way, so just working on getting the legs settled in. All right. Well, hopefully we'll see this video a little bit later today. See you soon.